so many individuals that have seen my exercises tutorials and my playlist, and they asked me a question: when should I start facial exercising, and how long does it take before my skin goes back to normal? So today I am going to go step by step in explaining what you need to do, not only muscle exercising, other things in conjunction, so you can see good results. So let's get started right now. If you're new on my channel, welcome. My name is Maria from Aglaya Aesthetics Online. My tutorials are all about health and wellness, different foods and different remedies for you to take care of yourself from outside and also internally. If you like my content, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and yes, and put that bell going, because when I'm on, you can be on at the same time. Exercising, you can start at any time, but if you're younger, little bit lighter, maybe once in a while, to stimulate your muscles, to keep them always nice and healthy. So let's say preventive. However, as you get older, we're talking about late 20s, early 30s, I would say that is the best time to start exercising. But not only exercising. So here you can see the young skin and the old skin. And the muscle. You see the muscle down here? We have to take care of the skin quite in detail. You need to take care of the skin, the muscles, and also the bones. I have many tutorials on muscle exercising, so I am not going to do any exercising in this tutorial. For me right now is to explain the benefits of exercising. So the face itself, most people don't do facial exercising, and we have lots of different muscles here. And as I explain on my different tutorials, when you decide to exercise, please don't only exercise one area or only around the eyes or only the forehead, because you need to exercise the full face first, and then you exercise more your problem area. So for example, if let's say I have problems in my marionette lines, the first thing you need to do is exercise your whole face. Then you will work with your marionette lines additionally. When you decide to do exercising of your muscles, you will have to do it continuously, just like diet, just like drinking your water. Eating properly. It is going to be, if you want to see results, it's going to be a routine, and it's not going to like you're doing exercising once and boom, your skin is back. No, it is you have to be consistent and doing it every day and doing it correctly. So all my tutorials that I have, you will see specific way to do the specific muscles. So when you exercise, doesn't matter if you're 20, 30, 40, 50 and higher, you need to have my tutorial in front of you until you learn with a diagram, so you can see exactly that muscle and the way that muscle is running. So it makes sense as you're doing these exercises. When you memorize the exercises, you don't have to look at me anymore. You know exactly how the muscle works, where it is, and how you're going to contract. Yes, you can go do lifting, like face lifting. You can do Botox and fillers, but all that, it is temporary. So if you decide, but that is okay. It is quick, and but for me, it does not look natural. But I'm not going to say do it or not do it, please. But when you do any form of facelift, they cut, they pull up, they sew you up, but it has no effect at all on the muscle itself. You're just cutting the skin. So the muscle is still weak. When you do Botox, let me show you first before I continue here. So this beautiful diagram that I have, you will see the epidermis and then all the different layers of that. You will see the dermis, all the little structures that we find in the dermis, and then we see the muscle. So when we do facelifts, basically we cut out a part of this, the epidermis and the dermis and the hypodermis. However, the muscle rarely is touched. Do you want to do that? That is fine. But for myself, I prefer to take in charge of my skin and my muscle, strengthen my muscle, so I can always look as good as I can because I'm taking control. Additionally, a lot of individuals will do Botox and fillers, collagen fillers, and there's all different kinds and different products that the dermatologist or the plastic surgeon can do. The only problem with that is that it is somewhat addictive to a lot of individuals, and the face does not look, in my opinion, normal. And so for example, when you do fillers, a lot of times the body will reject it, so the filler will move. It is temporary, so you will have to go back and you can do certain exercises to strengthen your lips so you look as natural as possible. With Botox, you are going to paralyze that muscle. And by paralyzing that muscle, you will weaken that muscle, and you will have to do that regularly. So all these things, plastic surgery, Botox, fillers, are all temporary. So you will have to go back, and it could be quite hefty on your pocketbook. Now, with exercising, it will take effort, it will take time, it will take patience, but you are in control. So if you continue doing this exercising, you're gonna keep your skin and your muscles nice and healthy. So facial exercising, it doesn't matter how old you are, you will start seeing results. However, you have to be consistent. When to start? Late 20s, early 30s, I feel that is the best time so you can maintain. But if you start at 40, 50, 60, you can look the best you can at your age. You cannot, however, stop the aging process, but you can look good at any age. The reason why I do it is because I want to look as best as I can for my age, that my jaw, it is nice and firm, and that I don't get a double chin at 60, that my marionettes are minimal, and that my skin is nice and healthy. By the way, I have no makeup, so there's no age spot. I am very sensitive. You can see how red that I went here. Then my neck looks pretty good. So there's other things that you need to do consistently with facial exercising. So the first thing that I always say is that to keep your skin moist, you have to have always a good skincare. That is number one. So the link is below, that you have one of these around you and you drink 6 or 7 of these per day. To eat well, and I have so many, and I have a tutorial on how to eat well, one on drinking your water. So I do have all these tutorials, but before you start doing your facial exercising, there's step by step that I would like you to follow. So you have a choice to go quickly and get yourself pinned up, that's the way I call it, or you take your time to have a nice firm jaw and it's yours. Yes, you've done some exercising, that your nose doesn't droop. Yeah, as you get older, the nose does droop, so you need to exercise your nose. That you have your marionette lines are minimal. So we will have to look after the epidermis, what to do with the epidermis, what to do with the dermis, what to do with the muscles, and what to do with the bones. The bones are down here. Yes, if you start exercising and following everything that I tell you, I would say in the next 3 to 4 months, you will see good results, a difference in your face, and you'll feel great. Take a picture now, take a picture in 3 months. Okay, so before you start going into doing all this exercising, to use a good scrub, maybe a mild HA, because that will desquamate. It will remove all the dead skin. That is the first point. And you want to use it not too often, but often enough to keep your skin always nice and clean. Scrubs are mechanical. AHAs, BHAs are more chemical, and those are the things that you can do at home. I always also advise to do it together, get a facial once every 6 weeks, because an esthetician has stronger products and she can desquamate and peel the skin and do stronger treatments for you. So you work in hand with your esthetician. And I always start with pressure points, and I do have a tutorial on that, so please go and look at it. And we have several pressure points here, here, one here, here, here. And I always advise before you do any muscle exercising is you can either massage for, let's say, maybe 10 seconds, or tap it. Okay, because these ones here, I like tapping, because I don't like, takes too long. I like tapping it. And of course you need to know where all these pressure points are. So there's one here, one here, one here. There's approximately 9 good ones that you need to do that first. After you do that, I like to tap throughout the face. Okay, this is called tapotement. And you don't have to have anything onto the face or a light oil. Okay, and when you're doing this, you start down here and you work yourself. You can work yourself all the way up. And of course I got glasses, and up here in the scalp, and you can go back, and you're doing tapotement. And guess what you're doing? You're doing micro contractions and of the muscle, and at the same time you're stimulating the blood circulation, so you're nourishing your cells from within. After I do my tapping, this is the time that I will apply an oil, and I like rosehip because rosehip is very high. It's a rose, and it's very high in vitamin C. After I apply a light layer, not very light, okay, that's the time that I like to do some lymph drainage, or also called cupping. After you do that, and you feel so good, so good. I like to do once or twice a week the cupping. And again, yes, I do have a tutorial on that. And it is so good, the cupping, because you're doing lymph drainage with cupping. When you do lymph drainage with cupping, you're bringing the blood circulation to the surface, but you're also detoxifying the skin. However, every night or in the morning when I put my cream, I do the thyroid massage, and I do this also before I do my facial exercising. But by massaging your thyroid, you're keeping also your skin very, very young. Still here with me? Oh, good. So you notice once your skin is clean, just very quickly, pressure points, a few minutes, tapotement throughout the face, few minutes, do lymph drainage with cupping for a few minutes, and then you do your thyroid massage for a few minutes. All these are to prepare your skin, to nourish your skin, so now you're ready to do your facial muscle exercising. Now, if you want to see better results, because we want to take care of our skin, exercising is good, but take care of your skin, there's other things you can do, and all of them I have tutorials. So you want to do cupping for sure. You want to do radiofrequency maybe once a month, microneedling once a month, LED light once a week, using really good skincare, and the one that I use is True Science. The links are below. apply good SPF, and I particularly like to use a mineral makeup, especially when I go outside. Taking NRF2 activators internally because that will regenerate activation. What this does, it produces your antioxidants that your body should do naturally. Sleeping, because your body regenerates at night. So sleeping every night, your 7-8 hours, is so essential to keep your body healthy and young. So I promise you, if you do all these things, and one other thing that I haven't mentioned is microcurrent. That also helps with keeping your skin and your muscles nice and tight. So if you do exercising every night, if you do these little steps that I showed you, you will see results. I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. I always do. And you start, it doesn't matter how old you are, start and you will start seeing good results. Anyways, do comment to me below. Let me know how you're doing. Take pictures before and after. And I will talk with you very, very soon. And I look forward in seeing your face before and after. Take care.